now. It is January 15th, and we are heading up towards the most epic, what I consider is like the starting point of the rest of our days as being influenced by Pluto, the Aquarian energies there, and we are being nocturnal animals, of course. But I thought it was important to just try to let you know about the season that's happening, and then to let you see cat play time also. It's not such a bad time. See, now with Pluto, you don't have to worry if you're a truth-oriented person and you can't stand being in a society full of people that deny the truth, or that they don't even have a conversation over it, and then they go for the main narrative, that kind of thing. How like there could be a truth movement, and then the awakening kind of thing that might happen. Like it's hard at first, but then it sets you free, kind of a thing. Well, for like, I guess for as long as Pluto hasn't been Aquarius, which is a long time, we've been starving for that kind of phenomena where, well, it's the guru. The guru in astrology is Pluto, and Pluto is God. It's the truth, and the truth is going to be a theme. So we're going to look at it starting with, well, everybody knows that Pluto is in Aquarius. First of all, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a conversation, right? Because it's okay. Now, what I'm looking at is Venus and the Moon are going to sneak up and do a conjunction with Pluto first. Yeah, at 3 degrees, if you want to talk about the exact degree. So this is a very deep time of our love life. It's going to be coupled with, okay, so that first conjunction happens. Okay, so a lot of things are moving into Aquarius, and this is going to conjunct Pluto. And it's at the later degree of 3, which is now we're into the vibration of there's no turning back now, right? The 369 feeling fine, and Pluto is going to be in Aquarius now for the next until something like 2043 or something like that, if I got it right. So it's a very long transit, if you ask me. I know that Pluto goes through Scorpio very quickly, like in 7 years, but now going through Aquarius apparently is going to be like 20 years or something. So that's great. If you're a Libra, Gemini, it's like it's our time. I say it's the Libra. See, Libra generation, people born around about the 70s. I've talked about it before. The Libra generation, Pluto and Uranus both were in Libra when those people were being born, from the 70s to about 76 or 77, I think. And those are like the generation of people that were going through a vibrational frequency that, of course, the government would be counteracting and developing their own stencil or overlay or suggestions, really, about like how to think about certain things that are actually welling up from within us through the cosmos that questions certain things. And for the Libra generation, it's about issues concerning Librian things, which Libra, right away people think about marriage and partnership. And yeah, that institution of marriage comes up. See, who knows why that comes up? See, it's really, Libra used to say I love. It doesn't say I get into bondage and create hell on earth just from having not been able to learn love. And there's marriage over there. Hi, Jesus, girl, keep talking. It's been tough on me, these everything. But see, and everybody's going through a certain kind of hell, but it's like, okay, so in case you are trying to climb out, there's a way that you can, and so a way to get out of the rut. Do I need to pull up my darn chalkboard, or can I just use your mind as a chalkboard for a minute? Which, please let me, or let something of the truth come in. So the word truth has the word rut in it. If the sheep want to go, well, what do you think it's like? And they look at it more by reducing down the letters and just looking at the one that they can recognize when they're putting their feet on the ground. There's a rut. And if that's not good enough, babe, then look at the you. That's the most powerful thing in the word truth. It rhymes with you. That's what you have to call yourself. Everybody calls himself an I and a you, right? I mean, the U is kind of very illusory, but it's a tool. That's the YOU is a scientific tool, and the EWE, the biological U, is also a scientific tool, but that's the biology part. See, the YOU is the ego part or something, or like what is contained as an identity of the mind, perhaps, who's there. See, it can be divine. It could be divine. It could be just saying, excuse me, but I only go for the truth. And so talk about what's coming up, like no try. It's like, thank God, you know, um, a breath of fresh air for some people who kind of are going, actually, the truth is this, but why is everybody denying it? I mean, I'm going like this and saying, nope, I see shapes and sizes as such that even a 5-year-old is trying to fucking say, I think that I see this. Do you see what I see? And it's like, yeah, I see, but mainly people living in denial about it. And that's okay. But it's hard to get along if there's a clash. I know that we're clashing, man, but do you know that we're clashing? And because that's not fair to me if you just put it all on me. Why the clash is going on, like when you finally the truth happens to you that you see that we are different. That's why we have astrology, to point out an infinite possibility within just one possibility within that possibility, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because it makes us, it exercises our mind. And speaking of exorcism, here comes the big exorcist in the sky, where all of these planets that I don't know why, but it's fucking, who cares why it's happening, that one by one, I mean, really, Venus and Moon, this is on the 18th. They both are going to enter into Aquarius. And then by the time, it'll be the moon technically first that enters us into this conjunction of this exorcism where, okay, so you're meeting up with the guru, and if you're not ready, which I think everybody is ready when they do meet up with the guru, they just don't know it. And that's the sad thing. See, in the West, they don't know it. They're like, who's this fucking thing? In India, it was for eons that they called him the guru. Who is your Maharaji, Krishna, Mirti? All the Krishnas and Maharaj and fucking Rajneeshas, and they get these names, right, that just means like a form of energy or something. But anyway, highly misunderstood, by the way, of course, especially the part where of course they're going to have sex with somebody because everybody falls in love with them and they make a mistake, right? And it's like, well, they can't have sex with every single body that falls in love with love, because the guru is love achieved. By the way, kind of like a human being. Yeah, no, it's the human being. Yeah. A lot of them are men, right? So they're all kind of flabby looking and everything. They're like, I made it. And it's like, no, yeah, okay. Maybe in your next lifetime you can be a woman, but in this lifetime you're calling it a human. Anyway, back to, if there's me again. The truth, man. Some people have it so far out, it's like, God, you just went into left field, and it's really actually very simple. Especially the part where there's 3 dimensions. One of them is the mind, the first dimension, flat line, by the way. Illumination. When I say flat line, I'm talking about your language, that you better listen to. You want to give it some more definition and everything, but slow down and figure out what you're saying. You can't just say republic and not know, first of all, that what the word re is, right? That's a common prefix that usually means to do again. And then public, right? Does that make you think a little bit more? And then, but I say think a little bit better, sheep. Because public is a fucking mouth noise. And I already told you what the public really means. Yeah. And how serious is it? In your face, where there's people going to court right now trying to figure out, are there men and women here? Should men be allowed to compete with women? I say, no, never. There isn't any competition at all. There's no comparison. These people are very uniquely different for a reason. It's probably a game that you don't even know that they're supposed to complement each other. They don't compete with each other. Okay, getting back to going to the courthouse to justify whether or not, I mean, to just reestablish whether, see, I'm saying you got to reestablish your constitutions. Hello, men and women. But see, both men and women are capable of becoming the guru and or simply a human being. Love achieved. Yeah. Very controversial, by the way, because it's not the love that is the confusion that happens between two people that, okay, so how do you like it here on planet Dummy, where if you're not careful, you're going to get handled or you're going to find a narcissist who is basically a dummy that you'll be looking at, you'll be seeking a reflection from, like a clean, you're supposed to be a clean mirror. That's what the guru is. The guru is so clean of a mirror that you don't even see them. You just see yourself. And that's what you don't understand what's happening there. But see, what I'm describing as nobody is there, and now you're getting your reflection of yourself, but you don't know it's really it's in fragments. It's not coming from anybody, but it's looping back at yourself. Well, you can just say anything, and it comes back as, okay, so why could I throw myself under the bus, and then I get pushed under farther? It's because, well, nobody's there looking, and nobody's there to save you. I mean, nobody's there to say, hey, Shauna, no, that's not you. I know better. Would you please get up? Man, let's do this thing. And I'm here for you. Really. I have met you and I've met you before, right? See, the narcissist is not meeting anybody. They're incapable of it. And that's not the guru there. See, a human being is capable of meeting people. I mean, within just 30 seconds. If it's 3 minutes on the road, we're going to meet each other. And try and understand through a deeper learning what it takes to have the patience to be there for any information field, right? If you want to get better and good at it, I mean, believe it or not, that's the human being's capability, not the non-human's capability. The non-human being is busy. Boy, this is okay. So this is the beginning of just the females are gonna start talking about something and it might be uncomfortable, it's like another round of them saying no to the narcissist, which gets us reactive abuse. But I'm here to tell you that not really, not anymore, even though contrary that they are showing on the news right now that like we'll shoot you in the face if you accelerate just a little bit in front of us, and we're all riled up and see, what point we would like to make about that is that did you know that the people, so-called the people, the public, which I'm here to tell you that you are not considered the public, not even the people. You have been kind of separated out in an illusion of separation that says that you are not only an I am a, but you have a name, which really it's like, no, look it up. Look in the phone book. How many fucking John Smiths are there and how many Daniels and stuff like that, right? It's like, now where are you? Okay, but they still put you in your head so fucking far that you don't even consider anybody else as being you. Now, you're going to have to handle the contradiction that I'm bringing up right now. Are you mature enough to know the contradiction that comes up? Because as above, so below kind of a thing. I mean, we just have this illusion going on here. And it's somewhat necessary. I don't know, but let's get back to doing astrology, okay? Because it's not up to any one person to be the truth or to convey it to anybody. It's like, let's wait till the cosmos does it through the organism more and see. I'm wondering, Are they going to keep televising shooting people? Shooting people that are probably like Christ, right? They're just like, excuse me, but go ahead, make my day, or something like that, right? Christ, am I doing good? Girl, do you really even believe that story? Barely, barely. I think that the reason why that they set the clocks back, just we're hardly in the year 2026, is because there was a literal meltdown globally of a civilization that you cannot recognize where you are with that anymore. It's not recognizable unless you look at it with the mind of a child. And you figure out some things that are in front of our faces. In fact, that thing that where they set the clocks back, for some reason something said, no, it's time to set this back because this is the beginning of a whole new thing. And see, they correlate it with an age, but babes, okay, so that there was a massive meltdown. I live in a ruins place. Joshua Tree is a world-renowned site for some reason, but I say it's like one of the most recent, it's one of the last places that they incinerated with some kind of weaponry that just melted down. City-sized castles that otherwise they used ore of the earth, different crystals and stuff to create a material that 3D printers the size of spaceships would just and create the most intricate, statuesque, you know, fucking geometric to the T, down to the nose. That's how they did it. It's actually other otherworldly technology that it used to be here, and well, now there was a complete reset. And that's the whole thing by the year zero. That's what I think, you know. But they do correlate it. No, they correlate it with ages. That the dawning of the age of Aquarius, we're getting out of the Pisces age, which that points at total deception of the entire organism. They are now having to go like this through their injury. See, I'm still kind of weaning or handling my fucked up shoulder. I'm looking at my cat. It's just I know what's happening in a lot there. There's people around me that are, I don't know, they're just testing my faculties or something. And after a while, you get tired of it. You're like, I want to be around people that are having a better time with all of that. Their own faculties to the point where they're not testing your faculties. It's not a big test. We're not competing against each other. Getting back to the men and women thing in the Olympics. I mean, men should be at the courthouse right now saying, excuse me. Right? You get sworn in, the truth, and nothing but the truth shall help you. We don't even know what God is. But I'm here to tell you, thank God, there's people like me, a guru, out in the West, by the way. Don't be so confused. God is reality. Oh no, you don't know what reality is? Shit, here we go. Hi, atheist. Holy ghosted, I guess. So anyway, and watch out what you're saying. I mean, really look at it. Put the letters down if you have to, and find an actual word that you can point out and say, oh yeah, no, I don't know what a public is, but I know what a pubic is. Yes, yeah. I was wondering when we were going to talk about that, especially out in the public. Good God. I mean, it's like right there. Thank you, God. Whoever fucking... First there was the word. Apparently first there was pubic, and then the public came along and it hid it in plain sight. I don't know, let's get back. I mean, try not to make any sense out of me. But we do have Pluto conjunctions that are like, you are here to make sense, or the kids are not even going to like you. I mean, really, you wonder why they run away, but here's the thing. They run to the system that says, ow, thank you, fucking just swallowing them up, saying, and so much for the truth. And fuck reality. We took it away with all a bunch of cameras that are up in the air. And people are like, my so-called privacy. You don't have any privacy? Not really. Not in outer space. Babes, not in outer space. You want to meet some intelligent people or like... you got your aliens and extraterrestrials. Pardon me while I let my cat out. So if you want to meet some extraterrestrials, you fucking people, Why don't you get interested in what's here, occupying the planet, creating a world or whatever is going on? Yeah, because maybe we're talking about like just a technology that, like, okay, so coming through us is their creators' ideals or ideas. Really, it's just they call it a plan. And now, anyway, the thing that we're heading towards is the truth. And the Earth holds a lot of connection to our own property as extraterrestrials. See, we could be just on a huge spaceship right here that's like it's turned into it's got a lot of fungus on it or something. You're right. That's what we call Mother Nature. But see, there's something called Virgin, and instead of calling it New Earth, because we don't even know what we're talking about when we talk about New Earth, what's new? Really, what we um, call new is something that is untouched, right? It's brand spanking new kind of thing. But really, what we're really looking at that has been more and more buried is, first of all, yeah, language, the right language. It's like, what are you going to do? Just keep calling things three words, and that's it? That's a stupid thing to do. If, as far as density is concerned, it's like at least you want to be have more definition so that you can move around in density more. So back to calling it virgin instead of new. You call it virgin Earth. Virgin Earth. Look at it. Also look at it with virgin eyes. Look at it. Oh my God. It's so much more interesting than what they're trying to tell us. Yeah. Not that there isn't anything there aren't volcanoes and naturally happening things, but you wouldn't believe how technological it really is. I mean, you have to use something to start making a realm, right? And so things are going on systematically, like programmed. Like we can, like a good scientist just kind of looks and says, "This is the process happening there," right? As far as your volcanism and all that stuff, so if, volcanic activity. Geological. So back to the truth and how it's going to be a fucking wave, man. I see a wave right here that's silent. Yeah. It is so beautiful because it's Aquarius and it's the sun, moon, Venus. Now see, moon first, Venus next, 3 degrees on the 21st. By that time, Mercury is conjuncting Pluto. Now, the masses, media might start talking about something. See, but it's always a cover up. It's always something to absolutely suck out the cosmic, the collective vibration where the astrological like clock is coming through. Like this is just what's going to happen. There's truth vibes pouring out of the sky, and you are a cup. Sorry, I would have made the Y shape. My arm is like, oh boy. It's a lot of it is psychological, but that's what we are dealing with, the psychological warfare. And I hate to point it out, but it can happen between men and women. See, it's weird how that the the narcissist can't be around healthy people. Yeah, they seem to prefer people to be sick and broken down because they can, like, not only exude power and control over them. Hi, teachers and people like that, being paid for that. It's weird, but it's for their own good, right? They can look like good Samaritans and angels and stuff, and it's like, babes, no, you don't. If you're going to trouble yourself, you're doing it because you have been healed and you can heal them. Otherwise, get away from it because they're going to make you sick. And there you are. It's like, well, some people deserve each other, right? And having said that, oh my God, minute 26, I've been doing this a lot. You women better just slow down because it's really just a matter of can we Bill Gates knows, he talks about it, but see, and they have to put the language right in front of your face. He says it in a certain way. He says, he's holding up the needle, right? And he's saying, pretend like this is the needle. He's saying, this can reduce deaths caused by disease. See, and the thing is deaths, a woman will tell you that, oh, no, see, life, if you give birth to a life, doesn't matter if it's a goat or a flower or a human, you are also giving birth to its death. Its death is its programmed thing that it will do physically. It has to die. So life is death. But you don't know that. So when he says this decreases the life caused by disease, what's dis-ease? Did you look at that word too? Like, do you know what's in these words? If you say one word, it could be tagged on that you're missing a whole other realm, such as what I had just spoke of. That men don't want to know this, right? But women, you're all about it. And if you forgot, then you're looking at me like weird. But no, if you're a real woman, you're like, no, that makes sense. I brought this life in. I brought in the chances of death even more. So Bill Gates says he's going to reduce it down, the deaths caused by disease. And I say, well, he's saying the lives caused by uh, being too fucking happy about it, I guess. It's like, be careful, because I think women should take over more. Yeah, they should say, excuse me, and no vaccines, thank you, because whatever comes out here, I don't want it to be deformed. I'm not that excited about taking care of something forever. I thought I was going to just have something pass through me called all of society, and pardon me, am I an Easter egg or what am I? Holy ghosted, that's it. It's interesting, homosexuality. I think it's natural. Minute 29, I think that both men and women have a tendency naturally, if they weren't into themselves, right, if they reached down to their own genital by the time they're 5 and they've grabbed a hold of it and said, yay, something like that, they are homosexual. See, I think a healthy society does that. Not only that, but they do see men mess with men, right? Maybe, no, no, no. If they're healthy, maybe they don't. But if they're unhealthy, maybe they do. I don't know. Fuck this fucking conversation. I'm not, go up to the upstairs, and we're not handling the truth just yet, but it's there. Now, let me be more comical about it, because also what's there is people that, no, they're not screwing each other. They're screwing a bike or something. No, you can look it up. Somebody gets a new bike and they have sex with it. A woman can they just do it in certain different ways. That's the different way that they do it. Men have a certain way. They're two sexes, they're opposite. One works a certain way. They can work with each other and it's just fine. They know how each other is. And also they can put each other down and start fucking fruits and vegetables and bicycles and other things out there. It's fucking almost endless. But when it comes to the actual engagement, you know that they're working with certain tools. It's a certain way. Women are the same. With a bike, she's doing it a different way. Maybe it's at the handlebars. With him, maybe it's more like in the handlebar. I don't know, but now we're done with this skit. Whew, I got out of that. Point being, Shauna, oh, the sexual pleasure thing? Oh, that's just, get over it. Your genital, your organs are intellectually accomplished in and of themselves. They have their own agenda. Like I said, bowl of beans, American Idol, and you can claim to be the one making the methane gas, but I guarantee you even know that that's happening naturally, and you might be able to hit a high C singing the Star Spangled Banner out your ass, just using that methane gas alone. But you can't say it's a promise. That thing can do its own thing. In other words, you can't ride the coattails of biological intelligence. It's there. You can admit, no, it's the same for us all, that methane gas is being produced. And I'm telling you right now, wear some underwear before you try to light that fart, because that is the most volatile shit. I tried it. At least shave first. 3:33 a.m. I got 7 likes from this video. Well, because it's truth time for humanity. It's like going to be a tsunami or something. And for a lot of us from the Libra generation, it's a tsunami of love. Let it in. Let it in. Look it up for me. So the truth is coming to town. It's like, here comes the exorcist. You know what I mean? See, with this aspect, some people, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and hold out for Aquarius, man, they're having a bit of an intense time. It's like, stay away from these people, especially because their methods of control, they are control freaks, big times. The Taurus, number one, bad. It's just not going to work anymore. They have to move towards the real thing, especially Taurus, is love. So luckily we do have a Uranus in Taurus at 27 degrees still, and it's at 27 degrees, so it's really giving us a chance to slow down and look at this. We have to slow down and look at what, Shauna? The earth, virgin, all of the virgin stuff. Like, just slow down enough to get to the virgin everything, which is the original design of everything, the thing that is going to nurture you and nourish you the most. And unfortunately, it takes slowing down, and you have to go to Taurus. Taurus is the first one that mentions, because I have taken the freaking time to work on it. I built it up. And then, see, when Uranus goes into Gemini, see, you have to know this, though. You have to know the Taurus thing. You have to embrace having gone into your microcosm. You give each other massages. You don't fucking use each other as slaves. You know that there's a slave system out there. Talking about the Piscean age wrapping up and being discarded, and it's actually Aquarius is coming in with its ways of letting us know the truth, and also converting the technologies into something that actually helps our bodies instead of hinders them, actually helps the evolution of human consciousness instead of like making it impossible. See, everything is here already. Saying, no, this is the here already crew. The organization is already here. See, I found it in our language. I wish I could just give you a glimpse of what I could hardly tell you what you can know by looking into this interfacing system that it's pointing at a civilization that is actually 500 years ahead of us. They can see 250 years away. See, there's just a way that you can do this. See, even malevolence can do this, and they can tap that. See, but us here in between, in the fucking experimental field, we have to figure this out on our own. Malevolence isn't going to at all tell us. They're going to rob us. They're going to rob us, babes, of even ourselves. Like, do you think you're here or not? What do you think? Do you think that there's a already organized thing called the universe that you belong to spiritually? That intellectually your property is found in a realm called Earth, and that your mind is capable of embodying knowledge enough to maintain something that, as above, so below, that's what you came here to do as your birthright, human. And do you think that there's leaders that are going to be born talking on the internet right now at 3 a.m. that have some idea as to what could come next, because it's a generational value, and we are certainly not using the fucking system to learn everything. They're using words. They have to make it look like that we consent and agree, that we understand what's going on here with that, and the benevolence is saying, they're looking at the words, and they seem to be even saying it, but they're not listening to what they're saying. When you're saying university, you don't know that that's universe and then itty. What does itty mean, babes? Besides for the word shitty, what is itty or the city? Itty is a suffix. You want to look it up. Like a bunch of kids just start going and start looking at universe. But did we make it to the universe? Hell no! Hell is being in bondage with each other in relationship with something that you don't really get along with. And that is that you can't get out of it, that it seems that now something is telling you that you have to stay there for the sake of the children, and even the fucking children know better. They do. Babes, we have lost our ability to come together, the tribal living thing, to just say no. But see, not really. See, there is that happening, but it's sucked up by the system who says, no, come with us, and we are one nation under God, and it's like indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Babes, that's a one-sided thing. See, because there are two here. There are two types. There are human beings who have indeed freed themselves. They have liberty. And they are they can be trusted. As far as the justice thing, see, that's why there is a criminal justice system, which you need to erase that. Babes, listen to what they're saying. A criminal justice system. When do the human beings get their justice system? So you have to start going there and saying, we're here, and we want our own constitution also that doesn't require guns to reinforce ourselves. Boy, how fearful that population is of just love itself. Yeah, yep. People getting along and growing their own food, and it's called making love, huns. We understand the natural order of things because, well, there's man and then there's a woman there. That's the most interesting thing. I don't know about you, but I think the W part, woo! Yeah, get into that with a little T in the front. Man, there's two men there, okay? There's two men. Can't we admit that there's two men here? Go to court. I think there's two men. And then they'll be like, prove it. And see, there's two men everywhere, men and women, but did you go to the courthouse naked? Stark fucking raving, absolute naked, and say, no, there's two sexes here. And I take my right to remain reality. And stop Luke Skywalking.